Now, court tell us now which executive are authentic and duly elected. And this is where the problem will come. Now, the court may take a little time, to give judgment. So if you have 26 states now, for instance, that have this kind of problems, and they all go to court after the primary elections, now the same thing is going to translate to the center. Now, this same set of illegal escorts are going to elect the president, to say that during the primary elections. Because they have power, they have the police, who are not doing their jobs, are only interested in confronting politicians. Now, they will pave the way for them to enter the venue. They would now, the party, that is NWC, will give them clean bill of health to say that this is the set of executive that we agree with. Now, INEC might also, at some state levels, connive with state governors to say that, yes, this is the... But what I am saying is the courts will definitely do the needful. They would now say that, okay, you cannot say you have a house or you build an estate. Now, you now put a price tag on each house. And you now advertise to members of the public and say, anybody desirous of buying any house in this estate has to make payment of so-so amount of money into so-so account, giving your own account. Now, after making that payment, I now come with my teller, you now tell me that you don't have the house. That is unimaginable. So the courts are definitely going to say, give him his house because he is the right owner of this house. Because you are the one that made this... Senator,
if I may quickly, if we summarize what you have just explained now, it does mean that there might be a major problem for the party, perhaps a kind of implosion for the party to scuttle the chance of President Buhari if he picks the ticket, isn't it?
I am definitely sure that these members of NWC, some of them, I didn't say all of them, there are some very good ones among them, but the members of NWC, of APC, as it stands today, are working assiduously with some people outside to scuttle, the ambition of President Muhammadu Buhari. It may be some people, everybody has his own right to say what his views are, but I am telling Nigerians that there are fifth columnists in APC that are desirous of seeing that APC didn't see the light of the day come 2019. And let everybody take his pen, write it and keep it and say that Senator Marafa said so-so and so-so at so-so time.
All right.
This is just...
Senator, just a moment.
In all this
just a moment, Senator.
People are being, disenfranchised and on good, they have their good record of following due process, to reach where they are. You cannot, in democracy, disenfranchise anybody. Look at the massive build-up.
Senator, just a moment, because there are different angles to all this matter. In Lagos, one would think that the man that was called up by the president to intervene in the crisis rocking the party, that's Bola Tinubu, the former governor of Lagos, in his own house, there seems to be some crisis. Some people who are known to be allies of Senator Bola Tinubu are also aggrieved right now. And we have one of them in the studio. There was a parallel Congress. The video that you're seeing right there was a Congress where the governor, Akinwumi Ambode, and some other chieftains of the party attended yesterday. But in other parts of town, at the airport hotel, there was another Congress. Joining me in the studio right here in Lagos is a former deputy chairman of APC in Lagos, Chief Fuad Oki. Thank you so much for joining us on the program.
My pleasure, Sean.
What happened? You seem to have, stood up in arms against your leader, Bola Tinubu, in Lagos, and you were one of those who spearheaded a parallel Congress in Lagos yesterday. Why?
Well, let me first thank my brother, Senator Marafa, for speaking my mind, and indeed speaking the minds of millions of APC members. Now in Lagos, everything that he has said seems to be the destination. You cannot have two sets of guidelines. In Lagos, as you are aware, Sheon, that local government creation was said to be inchoate by the Supreme Court. And what a section of the party in Lagos wanted to do is to continue to encourage illegality. And what do I mean? The guidelines of the party is very clear that what congresses shall hold in INEC-recognized wards. The implication of that for us in Lagos is clear, that you can only conduct Congress at the ward in 245 wards, as opposed to 377 wards, which they insisted that Congresses must hold.
Because the underlying factor here for a lot of people in the APC in Lagos, a lot of people who felt, even the chairman there, the man, your principal, your former principal, Henry Ajomale, they say anything that was happening outside is null and void. And they are saying that you are just playing the card of destruction of the party in Lagos. Are you against Bola Tinubu?
Why would I be? It's my leader. But the fact of the matter is this: we will not condone illegality.
Are you saying Bola Tinubu opposing illegality in Lagos?
Very well. By insisting that local governments and ward congresses should hold in 377 wards and 57 local governments and LCA, it's illegality. It's very clear. It is only 20 local governments that is known to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, to the Electoral Act, to the Constitution of the APC, as well as the guideline for the conduct of ward and local government congresses.
We'll take a moment on the program. We still have some more issues to address concerning the APC and its affairs in Nigeria. Well, up next, the race to the 2019 is getting more intense and political actors are caught up in the competition ahead of them. More on the political temperature of the country when we return, everyone.
State Congress has been successfully held. And confirming that all the positions has been appropriately contested and filled. And believing that all has been successfully done, I hereby use the power conferred on me to bring this Congress to a close.
Today is the date fixed for all state congresses across the country. We are not aware of any congresses scheduled for any other day. Any congress that is not conducted today cannot be a valid congress. But more important than that, those who came to conduct these congresses today were the people who were selected by the National Working Committee of the party.
Absolutely no order of court that has stopped the conduct of these primaries. There are people who have bought forms to contest elections. They came out of their own volition. They said they are withdrawing for particular people. So this is a transparent process that has taken place.
Welcome back, everyone. So the APC State Congress held in most parts of the country yesterday turned violent. In some cases, some went peaceful. But in several cases, there were parallel conduct. So where is the APC headed, especially at a crucial time as this? The 2019 election is knocking. Well, I have in our Abuja studio Senator Kabiru Marafa of Zamfara State, and representing Zamfara State Central in the National Assembly. And here with me in the Lagos studio is Mr. Fuad Oki, former Deputy Chairman of the APC in Lagos, who perhaps now has emerged as a chairman of a parallel APC in Lagos. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for your time on the program today. Mr. Oki, Where do you think this will head? I mean, a lot of people who have criticized, I heard them in at that Congress yesterday, they said, look, the fight that you have taken, we head nowhere, that no one fights Bola Tinubu in Lagos, because we've reached out also to the publicity secretary under the Area Jomale leadership, and they said, look, they don't want to come into this matter. Where do you think this will head?
Well, whoever said it will lead nowhere, it's just expressing an opinion. The issue is about legality and constitutionality of the process. It's not about our leader as a person. No, it's about a system. It's about a process. And what we are saying is this: NWC, look at this process. Interpret your guidelines. Interpret the Constitution and the Electoral Act. Tell us if our Congress were in tandem. Let the other party know whether their Congresses were faulty. And what are we saying here? You cannot put something on nothing. You cannot. You cannot hold Congresses in Lagos based on 57 local governments.